So here's part 4. Let's talk about college. It's gonna be a long one, so I'm not gonna talk any longer. Boom. So this is me during freshman orientation. That's me in the front looking like a super duper bro. Um, I came into college thinking, okay, I just came out as lesbian. I'm gonna figure out what it means to be a lesbian and how I'm gonna interact with the world in that way. Because I was really still kind of exploring that new identity that I just come to. And so I spent my freshman year kind of in between the masculine and the feminine, and trying to figure out where I fell on that and how I interacted with that, my sexuality, and everything that I was feeling for my whole life. I joined the women's rugby team and absolutely fell in love with the sport. It was one of the greatest things I've ever done. Um, and I also joined KC Pride. This is my twin from the rugby team. We were so much alike, which is it's weird now to think about, but and I was still doing the hood thing, like didn't want to see my hair, whatever. And one during KC Pride, we had Chaz Bono come speak, and I got to meet him and hear about his life, and it kind of was like, oh, that's cool, but I didn't understand like I could do that. I am that. Um, and so there was just a lot of the like in betweens. I had my hair up half the time, I had my hair down half the time. I wasn't really sure what I wanted, and I was kind of stuck in that like the way that my parents had kind of trained me to dress during high school was like wear my hair down, and so I just felt like okay, I have to wear my hair down, like you know, I don't know what else to do. So I was like in this awkward kind of in between masculine and feminine, trying to figure that whole thing out. And towards my sophomore year, I thought, okay, this whole like this is not working, this in between thing. I think I just need to grow up and just be feminine. So I bought entirely new wardrobe, um, all feminine stuff. I started to dress really nice. I look like I'm wearing a wig. That's like freaking me out. So I started to dress nice all the time, and I wore my hair down all the time, and I spent that summer like I actually wore a real bathing suit. Like I used to just wear a t-shirt and shorts all the time, but I actually like bought a real bathing suit and like showed off my feminine body, and I was like, oh okay, like this is okay. Um, and I realized like maybe this is the missing piece. Like maybe my parents are right. Maybe I should just like accept the fact that I'm female. But something was just not right, and so I went back to school my sophomore year with that stuff and just focused on rugby again. And it was that year that I kind of discovered alcohol. I hadn't drank at all my freshman year, and my sophomore year, the peer pressure kind of got to me. But I was in a lot of discomfort because the being feminine thing wasn't working, and so I just started drinking. And I drank a lot. I let myself go. And I realized that, hey, I feel okay when I'm really drunk. Like, I'm not worrying about any of this stuff. I feel fine. And so alcohol became a really huge coping mechanism for me um, that year. I grew out my hair and donated it to the Beautiful Lengths, and it was a life-changing moment. It felt wonderful to give my hair to someone because I never felt connected to my hair. And I thought, okay, I cut it off. It was about my shoulder length, and I thought, okay, I'll just grow it out again and donate it again when it's long enough. And this is, I kind of started wearing my hair up a lot more. I got rid of the wearing the hair down thing. We met Laverne Cox while I was on the Pride e-board, which was an incredible experience. When I was on the e-board, I kind of was face to face with a lot of things that I didn't really ever had interacted before, like trans people. I had watched the videos when I was younger, but a bunch of the guys that were on the e-board with me identified as trans guys, and I was like, I've never met anyone like this, and I felt like I was like them, and I didn't understand it, and it kind of freaked me out. And so I was set up to be the president of the organization the following year, and I ended up saying, I can't do it, I quit. And I didn't want anything to do with LGBT. I just like shoved it away because I couldn't handle it. It was like too much for me. Um, this is me like in my kind of like feminine masculine middle stage where I'm kind of like dressing femininely but like expressing masculinely. It's very strange. Um, I just this was 2014. 2014 was the beginning of like a lot of discomfort. My caption on this photo on Facebook is I am not comfortable in my own skin, but I'm trying to be. Damn it, I'm trying to be. Of course, it took another like 2 years for me to actually be comfortable in my skin, but I was just kind of already feeling that discomfort of like nothing I'm doing is working. I just don't feel right being female in this world. And so I went into my junior year of college in that kind of like, I don't know what's going on and why I feel so uncomfortable kind of state of mind. This was me on my freshman move-in day, my little baby freshmans. So rugby did socials, and I dressed like a jock for one of them, and I wore a snapback and a lacrosse jersey, and I looked in the mirror and I was like, wow, this is awesome. Like, I wish I could look like this all the time. And then I kind of didn't really recognize what that meant, because now I dress like that all the time with the snapbacks and stuff. You guys know that. This was the end of that semester in my junior year. I just was in a deep depression. And then I studied abroad in Poland, and being away and out of my comfort zone and kind of led to a lot of self-discovery. I was hanging out with the people that I was there with, and I just felt like one of the guys. There we are in the study lounge. And it was just kind of like a pivotal moment for me. Like, I started really researching trans topics again and watching a million videos because I had a lot of free time, didn't have homework. And I kind of realized, like, I feel like such a guy with these two other guys. Like, I think that's what's going on. And then I was like, no, it can't be. And I kind of like pushed it aside. Came back home, poured myself into rugby. That's all I thought about. And I used it as kind of a way to distract myself from the way that I felt. And the things I'd thought about in Poland, I was like, I'm home now. I'm going to focus on rugby. I'm just going to be a really good women's rugby player. And that's kind of what I focused on. But still, despite everything great that was happening, I still was really confused, and I'm just getting back into a really deep depression. I wasn't going to class. I wasn't turning in my assignments. I was constantly thinking about the male body, and I was like, am I straight? Like, do I want to be with a man? This picture, I remember I was home for the day, and I was supposed to spend the night at home, and I had like a mental breakdown, and I was like, I can't stay here. I don't know how to talk to anyone about the way I feel, and I like kind of like freaked out and drove back to Keene and was just crying the whole way because I was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. Like, what is wrong with me? And I just was. This was Thanksgiving. I was just at that point completely out. I lost control of myself again. I was drinking heavily. I was going out all the time. I slept with one of my guy friends because I was like, I don't know why I'm so obsessed with the male body. I didn't want to sleep with them. I discovered that. I discovered I want to have a male body. And that was kind of like click for me. And so I was home for winter break. I had ankle surgery, and I just started to dress completely masculinely. All men's clothes. Previously, I'd kind of worn like half women's, half men's, but all men's clothes. And I said, I want to shave my head. So I came back to school, and I cut my hair off. And from that point on, it just kind of clicked for me. I looked in the mirror and I said, this is who I've always been. I'm transgender. I'm Liam. This is what I want to be. And I just thrived from that point on. Most of these photos are from before I came out at all. It took me a little while, but I felt more free. I felt like this is how I can interact with the world in this way. This is how it's supposed to be. This is one of the first people I told in person, and having a lot of positive reactions was what led me to kind of start talking about it on YouTube and start talking about it to everyone. And then I came out and fell in love with this beautiful, wonderful person who makes me feel like a man every single day of my life, and she sees me as the person that I see myself as. I got to dress up for a formal occasion, like, for the first time in my life in, like, an outfit that I would have wanted to wear, and that was honestly, like, a life-changing moment. And just throughout the last semester of college, I was able to kind of come out and live, as you guys know from my other videos, and just be happy as myself. And I graduated just this past May as Liam. Says so in the program. Alright, that was my college experience. This one's really, really long because a lot of things happened in college, and I can actually remember them because they just happened in the past 4 years, whereas everything else is kind of like blurry. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. The rest that you want to know is on my channel. Search it. most of you have already been watching for a while. So, yeah, hope you kind of enjoyed this little video series. I totally suck at iMovie. Like, I know it sucks, so if you're sitting there thinking, this is really bad, I know. I said I was bad at iMovie, so whatever. Well, I'm going to go do my tee shot because it's Wednesday now, and I'll talk to you guys next time.